on today's video, we'll be continuing KaiserOst, the series I made up. But, right quick in this episode, before much has even had a chance to happen, the Second Italo-Ethiopian War breaks out, with Italy guaranteeing victory in this, which leads to the Ethiopian crisis, which is really... And while China's heading into crisis, Britain puts as many sanctions as they can. They put as many sanctions as they can in 5 days. With the help of the Allies aiding them, they started an offensive in the south. They also started an offensive in the north. And so now they got a big front. With the Ethiopians resisting more than they thought they could, even pushing back heavy machinery. I mean, more so infantry. But anyways. With the southern offensive starting to go really well, so Ethiopia starts focusing on this front, which leads the Ethiopians to work on moving this front forwards. With Ethiopia in trouble, as they're having problems, with Britain really mad at this and not wanting any more Locking Lake loses, so they send a lot of warnings towards Italy, but Italy doesn't really care. And why is it the Ethiopian crisis I called it? Well, it's causing close to war, high tensions between Britain and Ethiopia. With Greece and Bulgaria fearing about how the Ottoman Empire is becoming way stronger and possibly wanting to take back its old territories, they request to join the Rome Protocol. Which, no. I'd call it the Rome Protocol, or I called it the Rome Pact. But either way. Wait, no. Greece didn't have that till afterward. I feel like this is the proper boundaries of Greece in this timeline. With all of their allies sending support to their war effort. At this point, Ethiopia is so demoralized that its capital falls, which leads to the demoralization. With Ethiopia being forced into a peace treaty, this timeline's much worse for Ethiopia. Ireland starts calling strongly for independence. At the same time, Mongolia is doing it, and Xinjiang, Tanituva in Tibet, claiming they deserve independence. Ethiopia just secured a win in Ethiopia and they annexed this. With Russia's new leader looking for a victory, but can't find one to have. Because they can't go into the Baltics, or they risk a big war. And they also can't go anywhere else. And while China starts having problems, with China's beginning of its collapse. With some minority areas declaring their independence, feeling how unstable this country is. And while some nations are looking to take advantage of this situation, such as Japan, and well, planning on continuing. With China at this point being overthrown by a republic. But some areas don't agree with republic. They form... Yes, there's communists again. Probably under the same guy map, probably. Except this is what they occupy. At this point, because it's more so appealing to rural. And while they start moving and pushing China back. And a resurgent for the empire. Deciding to form. And these are more right-wing. I don't know what the group would be. But they want to reform the monarchy. Well, yeah. With the front lines eventually stabilizing and it becomes a war. With these nations declaring independence as it started. And well, the plan was to take it back, but by the time they planned that, the Civil War had broke out. Many nations. With a Suez crisis breaking out as Britain claims they still have control over the Suez. So they ask Russia for help. And well, this war has nothing to do with that. So, well, we'll use dark purple for the invaders and green for, like, the defenders. With Britain and Russia deciding they have had enough. with tyranny. Basically all the minions having left them. They decide it's best for them to work together, despite not wanting to. And well, now the Russo-Ottoman War has broken out. And well, most of this won't be till tomorrow. And well, Russia recaptures northern parts, and well, who will win? No one knows. Can the former Ottoman Empire maintain its glory, or will it fall? With, well, Britain moving into more lands, and they stopped just past the Sinai Peninsula, with Russia moving into the Caucasus. And well, with Russia doing this, well, the war has begun. With Britain also doing this, and a naval blockade being put on the Ottomans, but it's being destroyed. And now stay in tune for next video to see what happens in the Chinese Civil War and the Russo-Ottoman War. Well, actually, it's going to be called the Suez War. It broke out over the Suez. With Germany sending support to the Ottomans, but not wanting to risk another war. It just continues like that. With Italy not getting any more members. Germany, just like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mamper out, but not until you subscribe. Why should you subscribe? So you can get to 2,900 subscribers by August 1st. You got less than a day to do it, so please subscribe.